Alrighty, folks, as you know, Mr. Dion is traveling the country, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, and other spots looking for his next place to live. What you may not know is he sold that duplex he had with that amazing water view. This is a project that he had. So we're actually going to ask the question, what did that duplex pay him over the last 3 years? Dion, what's going on, man?
Another beautiful day. Traveling out here, trying to figure out where I want to live. And that's a lot harder to choose than you would expect.
Nice to have options.
Yeah. So the idea is I'm going to make a fairly detailed video talking about what a property paid me in 3 years. And I don't have your brain, your education, and less than half of your experience, at least. So I want to ping it off of you, and you tell me if this is at all how it works, because I just have a thought of how did this property pay me?
Okay. All right.
Okay. So it's a duplex on the water in Washington State. I did dozens and maybe hundreds of videos from the deck with the 260-degree water in the background.
Beautiful.
I purchased it all cash as a self-funded BRRRR. I wasn't sure. I thought it would be the retirement home, the forever on the water where I wanted to live.
Sure.
It's not my fault. My state went crazy and I had to move. So that's $400,000 all cash. I put about 62 into it. I do some work myself. So I'm 462 into the purchase of this place.
Okay.
I get it rented out. So I'm living in it. I live in one side for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've lived there from when I purchased it for 3 years. And then I have a tenant in the other side for almost 3 years. Okay. It was about 4 months later, we got a tenant in place.
Makes sense.
Prioritized getting that unit done before my unit. I had a no bathroom and no kitchen longer than I had no tenant.
Nice.
So tenants in there, just under 3 years, paying $21.25.
Okay.
Taxes and insurance coming out are about $450.
Okay.
A month. So if I kept it for a long time, I would set aside 15% for repairs, maintenance, and vacancy. In these calculations, since I sold it, I didn't have to set anything aside because the 462 is my all-in, all expenses since I owned it done. Mm-hmm. So I'm profiting about $1,600 a month, maybe a little more. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
So 32 months
times 16.
Times 16. So that's the first what it paid me.
Makes sense. I think that's fair.
Now we can track on that.
Yep.
I lived there for free. Now, I'm not even going to say all the views right on the water. Just average rent in Washington for a 2-bedroom is about $2,000 a month. That's what I get at all my other units that aren't right on the water, aren't as nice. So I'm just going to calculate $2,000 a month.
Okay.
Because I didn't have to pay for where I lived.
Yeah. Yep.
So 36 months, $2,000 a month.
Okay.
So I would calculate that. I might do that on a calculator here in a second.
That's 72,000, just so you know.
Well, maybe we should. I'll take a note because my brain doesn't work like that. That's why I'm asking you. So, so 72,000 for I didn't have to pay for where I'm at, and the 1,600 a month times 30.
Yeah. So let's play with that. What I really call $2,000 a month, the building paying you. Certainly, it's cost avoidance. I get that. You got to live somewhere. I think that's actually the wrinkle that I would use. Is you've got to live somewhere.
But the wrinkle above that to me is to have the 2,000, I would have to earn 24.
No, that's absolutely true because rent is post-tax.
Post-tax, right? So that's why I'm not going with as I could push it extreme and say, I don't have to earn $2,400 a month to pay my rent. I'm just saying I'm saving about $2,000 a month, so I'm a little on the soft side there.
Yeah, but again, I think when you tell the story, because again, if you just leave it flat like that, a lot of number crunchers would not get it intuitively. You have to highlight, I have to live somewhere.
Okay. So I have so clearly state I would be paying a minimum $2,000 to live somewhere.
Exactly. Right.
I'd probably be paying a lot more to live where I'm at.
Right. Yeah. On the water.
My tenant got a $300 a month break to take care of the place when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
I would rent mine out for more and his out for more. But then I sell it. So it becomes a live-in flip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, owned it over a year, so it's not earned income
Yeah,
with the flip,
yeah.
and it's capital gains, but I lived in it over 2 years. So my half of the duplex doesn't pay any taxes.
Doesn't pay any capital gains taxes.
Capital gains tax, because the IRS 121 rule. So
Correct.
some of the gains are great. The other side, I do pay depreciation recapture because I've been depreciating it, and capital gains tax.
Yep.
Right? I sell for $715. I have agent fees, right? People don't do all their work for free. And ironically, I was able to sell it for $715 because I wasn't in a hurry. And so this is like a takeaway for people who go to sell to move to another state or something. I put it on the market, and 3 really good agents, my agent and 2 others that have a lot of experience, told me to list for $680. And my mentality was, that's probably what it's going to sell for. They know more than I do. And I'm not in a hurry. It's making me money. It doesn't cost me anything. I'm going to travel the country for 3 to 6 months to find which market I want to live in.
Right.
So I'll list it at $715 just to see what happens.
Yeah, look for because you only need one buyer. You don't need all buyers. I like that.
Don't need all, but I had multiple full price offers competing with lower agent buying fee, no money towards close, like shorter inspection period they were trying to beat. So no one would raise the price because everyone knew it had to appraise. They weren't competing with price. They were competing with other things. So I went under contract in 11 days with a full backup offer. So my buyer had very little negotiation power because I had a full backup offer. So it ends up selling for $715.
Okay.
Now you got the capital gains tax, you got the agent fees. I walk away with $647.
Okay.
Okay. So
you're in it 460. You walk
462
out
minus, so the other way around. 647 minus that.
Yeah.
So I would take that amount. I would add what the tenant paid me in profit every month. For those 32 months, and then the 36 months of not having to pay for where I live.
Now, so this is just a wrinkle because I know your story. That's all well and good and completely accurate. But I think you did something else when you bought it that is being underrepresented here. Right? The building was listed, as I recall, for $500. And you stayed true to $400. Most people don't really realize you make your money when you buy. So I would argue you locked in $100,000 thereabouts of profit the day you closed. You didn't recognize it till later. So to me, that, let's just call it $240,000 in profit. I think you earned $100 the day you bought it, and then you made $142 with the value add after. Does that make sense?
It does. There's a lot of investors in my market that I talked to that saw that house listed, and they said, yeah, at 500, I wouldn't touch it. Yeah. I can't believe you got it at 4. I totally would have paid that. And I'm like, well, why didn't you make the offer?
Yeah. Dumbass. Yes, exactly.
Right. So I would add those 3 things up to come up with how much it paid me.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do a detailed video, whiteboard that. And
let me ask you just to play with this a little bit. From the day you closed to your last dollar spent, which I think you said was $62,000. How long was that? Was it 6 months? Was it a full year? How long was that? Because it wasn't all one payment.
So the 62 took in totality about 10 months.
So call it a year.
Yeah, okay. It was just under a year to get everything done. And then since then, I don't think I had anything break since then, or anything that I replaced or repaired, because we did full kitchen, full bathroom out of that 62, little foundation work, little flooring work. There was nothing after that.
Yeah. So I think, again, to tell this full story, because again, I want people to realize, that's a great story as is, but I think you've got to highlight that you bought it right, because you had a buy box, you knew what you're doing, you wrote a crazy offer, I call them disrespectful. I mean, that's 20% below list. And again, that's what people need to realize is you locked in 6 figures the day you closed, and then you recognized it, 3 years later.
That's pretty much how I was looking at it, is because it was going to be a burr.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought after everything is done, maybe I'll cash out.
Yeah, you go get it.
And go buy some more rentals or something. And I'm just so debt averse, I never did it. Yeah. And then at the 3-year mark, when my state went absolutely crazier.
It's probably a good thing that you didn't do it. Yeah.
I mean, the challenge after selling it was like, okay, I have all this money. I have to do something with it now.
Oh, I feel so bad for you.
And it's not like I'm going to go buy my place. I'm using my VA loan to buy my next house. I want to be 100% levered because I have way too little debt, which confuses a lot of people when I say that. They say, well, I want a paid off house. I'm like, no. I want all the debt on my house.
Yeah.
That's the best interest rate. It's the safest asset I could own. So that's where the debt should be.
Yeah. No, I love this story. Again, it kind of highlights the everyday wealth builder, right? You make your money when you buy, have a buy box, disrespectful. You followed up, you had counters, you did all that stuff. Then you execute a process, you live for free. You're doing that with, instead of post-tax dollars, you're doing it before that. It's a wonderful story that should be celebrated. And I look forward to you whiteboarding it.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing that with me. That pointed out some ways I can clarify things.
Very cool. Dion, where can they find you and where can they see this video?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom. This video will probably come out this Thursday or Saturday, so probably at the same time this video.
Yep.
And every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, I do a video that lasts as long as the questions do.
You're amazing, man. Take care of yourself. Enjoy Texas.
Ciao.